welcome to Midlife Magic, a unique channel for unique women. Today, we're going to be talking about your inner energy code. First, I would like to ask you to invite you to join me with your crystal and getting grounded into the here and now. Just visualize yourself as strong and as sturdy and as solid as your crystal. Your inner energy code is unique to you. We all have it and we're born with it, but discovering it is what makes things really interesting. Your inner energy code is a combination of numerology, astrology, the colors, the elements, crystals, and it helps you understand your gifts, your challenges, your strengths, your weaknesses, and how it all makes you tick. Your inner energy code goes deeper into getting to know yourself more. Today, I'm going to just give you an overview of inner energy code. However, it is really quite detailed and takes time to put it together. So if you have any questions, please just feel free to reach out to me. You can find me on Facebook. I have a Midlife Magic group, or you can just search Colleen Bruce and send me a message, and I'll be happy to respond. As I said, your code was there before you were born. It's what makes up your personality. It's the answer to why am I like this, or why am I reacting like this, or why do I like this or not like this? When you learn to balance and work with the influences of your code, you become aligned with who you were meant to be. And knowing your code, your journey gets clearer. You understand why you are here and what you are meant to do. You unleash your potential. You tune into your natural intuition. We all know that we attract what we put out. So owning our power, speaking our truth, knowing our truth, gaining inner strength, clarity and guidance and confidence are key. As I mentioned, the inner energy code involves different components, one being numerology. There are a few different parts to the numerology that I just want to briefly touch on. One being your life path. Your life path number uncovers the journey that you will take in this life. You discover where you can succeed and where you will go and what your energy is. It reveals your natural talents and abilities. You discover your unique opportunities and life that will shape your destiny. It is your map to the opportunities and challenges for your life journey. You will also discover your shadow side to guide you when you're making decisions so that you make decisions that are in your best interest. Once you've dialed into your life path, it gives you the ability to make choices that will have a positive impact on you, your life, your relationships, and your career. Your destiny number is also important. It highlights your physical talents. It also reveals your shadow or dark sides of your character, shows you your highest potential and what you can do to try and achieve everything that you want in your life. It's a compilation of your goals for family, for career, and who you want to be. Your soul number is also known as your heart number. It is the you that you only show to the very special people or the people that you're the closest to you that you love. It is where your innermost feelings lie and your dreams live. Your personality number is the number that identifies the first impression that you make to people around you. It's the image that you choose to share with the world. I just need to check my notes. Another component of your inner energy code is colors. Colors influence us in so many ways, and more ways than we can ever imagine. Our energetic reaction to our surroundings are influenced by color. Colors can enhance our energy or dramatically reduce it. Each of us has our own personal color, which makes us more optimistic, harmonious, and confident. Color can reduce stress, and it benefits and balances your energy. The color of your birth color, it may not be your favorite color, but you would benefit from incorporating it into your life. You could do it by wearing clothing of that color, your decor, the foods you eat, the crystals you carry. Another component are the elements. Air from the east is your intellect, what you say. Fire from the south is energy. It's what you do. Water from the west is your feelings, who you really are. Earth from the north is the physical. It's the planning. It's the grounding. Your inner energy element is using personality types that are based on these 4 elements. Although we all have all 4 elements in our personality, there is one, and sometimes 2, that is more dominant. By learning more about our dominant element, we are better able to navigate the world, the challenges, and the victories that we all face in an ever-changing environment. The elements affect us emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically. In addition to having a personality element, we also go through an elemental cycle, usually a monthly cycle. Think about a time in your life when you just couldn't get going no matter how much you liked what you were doing. You were probably in water, or a time where everything that you thought of or someone said to you made you cry. You were probably in water. When you're in water, it's time to just go with the flow and let things go. Or what about a time when there was just no stopping you? You wanted to share to the world everything and shout it from the rooftops. This is when you were probably in fire. Crystals are also a component of your inner energy code. Your inner energies crystals are determined using traditional gemology, astrology, numerology, and a generous touch of my intuition. And of course, your favorite crystal plays a part in this. Knowing these parts of your personality can make a huge difference in your life, in your thoughts, in your actions. You uncover the mystery. You find, fuel, and follow your intuition. You align with your true identity and all that you have to offer. I would like to share with you now some more details about some particular components. These are not individualized. It's just to give you an idea of what is all involved within your inner energy code. So if you were a life path 7, You love a mystery, a secret, or anything that needs to be solved, and you will solve it. You are naturally smart, skeptical, and curious. You have a tendency to not take things as presented. You will need to do your own research and analytics. You don't believe everything you're told. Your gift of exceptional intuition will take you far if you allow yourself the opportunity to be open and listen to it. It is important for sevens to have a faith or something that they can ground to, whether that is religion or spiritual practice, as without this, you might find that you are unsure of your life purpose. Nature and water are magical healers for you, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. You have a unique sense of humor, bordering on sarcastic humor, which attracts people. However, you are often protective of yourself and who you let into your circle. It will do you well to learn to respect other people's boundaries and to establish your own boundaries. You will need to work on being judgmental of others. It's a good idea to keep yourself grounded, and building a relationship with a 3-7 can help, building a relationship with a 3 can help balance you as a 7 can become an unhealthy recluse. So if you would like to know more about your life path, I would love to share more information with you. Let's talk about the destiny number. If you're a destiny number 6, you're known as the nurturer. 6s quite often take on responsibility at a very young age, either just naturally or because of circumstances beyond their control. One of your strongest qualities as a 6 is loyalty. However, that is also quite often not returned, and you will experience hurt and possibly resentment. Your home and family are extremely important to you, and you excel in the domestic world. You take exceptional care of your home, your belongings, and your surroundings. You feel great joy when everything is pleasing and pretty. Responsibility is second nature to you, and you thrive when you are in your element. You're trustworthy and an excellent judge of character, always giving good advice. Your shadow is that you can be sarcastic. Think that only you can do things right. And you worry too much and can be somewhat nosy. Don't get involved in what other people think or in their problems. An example of an element. If your energy element is air, excuse me. Air is the storyteller and will use language, movement, hand gestures, and whatever else they can to get their story told or their point across. Air asks questions. Air asks you to share your stories. Air wants and likes to talk and to listen. For some airs, listening will need to be learned. Air is ever curious with an unending desire to learn, know, and understand. Air can fall down the rabbit hole and spend forever researching, reading, Googling, scrolling, asking questions, learning more and more until they lose touch with what they were originally looking for. It is important as an air that you keep yourself in check, speak from the heart, and don't strive to have every piece of information. Air is air, and depending on the weather and the wind, it may be cool breeze or a gusting north wind. Air is just not predictable, as you can potentially change moods, emotions very quickly, from harmonious to stormy. Air may be considered flighty at times, even if they're not. There is always so much swirling in their minds at the same time that it might appear that they are distracted. They have a tendency to forget where they put their keys, but can remember every number and detail of a proposal. Air will enjoy watching people and asking questions. They may have a hard time not finishing other people's sentences. If air is able to tame this, they make great therapists, coaches, interviewers, and radio TV show hosts. Air can handle many tasks and is an exceptional multitasker. They are energetic and dedicated, but have a history of taking on more than they can handle. Air may find that they have trouble making a decision and to turn to the experts for advice, only to find out that they did know enough to make an informal decision. Air would benefit in finding ways to boost their own confidence in their knowledge. Air may stay so busy that they don't have to face or deal with any inner emotional turmoil. Air prefers harmony over everything else and doesn't do well with confrontation. Inner energy code colors. So if blue was your color, and colors, I think, as I mentioned, it's determined based on numerology, astrology, and your elements. So blue is associated with the throat chakra. Blue is the sky, the ocean, the vast, the wide open, the unlimited. Blue helps us focus. Blue increases logic and enhances the ability to analyze situations. It is the color of truth, communication, and speaking our truth. As a blue, you will not hesitate to stand up for anyone, even if it costs you. Blue is kind, trustworthy, and helps with clarity. Blue will let you bring in feelings and emotions into expressions. Blue helps you trust yourself and your abilities. Blue calms anxiety, relaxes the mind. It can help you release judgment of others and of yourself. Every thought and action can have consequences, so consider and consult with blues before doing anything too risky or impulsive. Too much blue can be cooling, causing the blues. If this happens, bring in a warmer color to balance you. Recap. Your inner energy code is numerology, your life path number, your destiny number, your soul number, your personality number, your colors, your astrology, your elements, air, fire, water, earth, crystals. And from all of that, once we pull it all together into what is called your inner energy code, we then can build a personalized toolkit. So your personalized toolkit will be determined based on what your inner energy code comes out as. So it's important that you know that you might have a favorite number, but that may not be your life path number. It will influence you, but there's numbers that have been part of your DNA since before you were born, and your astrology and your colors and your elements and your crystals. So an example of a toolkit, if you were an earth, would be to ground yourself regularly throughout the day. And you've heard me mention grounding. Grounding, you can use crystals to ground yourself. You can visualize that your legs are tree roots grounding into the earth. You can hold red, black, or brown crystals or carry them with you. You can use earthing mats or a salt block under your desk to put your feet on. For earth people, it's a good idea to take something off your to-do list and leave it. Everything doesn't need to get done right now and in order all the time. This will probably be harder for you or for Earth people than it sounds. So I recommend you give it a try and then laugh at yourself while you're doing it. You will thrive. Earth people thrive with results and rituals. For all the practical things that you have to do, remember to treat them special. Don't let them become mundane. When you're having your coffee, pay attention to the mug, how it looks and feels. Pay attention to the taste. Savor it. Be mindful of each sip. You, as an earth person, may put off meditation because you have too much to do. However, that is when meditation is even more important. Put it on your to-do list and make sure it gets done. Find something to enjoy. Ask yourself, what do I do for pleasure? Slow down. Sit and smell the flowers. Plant some seeds. Stop and look at the clouds. Make a date with the sunset. Earth people tend to spend so much time in the physical and the practical that they ignore the emotional. They get caught up in the day-to-day hamster wheel, and they don't take that special time that they need. And then when it's time, it's important that as you take the time to digest it, to get to know yourself better, learn why you're here, learn what you were meant to do, engage with what you like, grow, learn, develop, really become aligned with who you were meant to be and what you can offer to the world. What you put out comes back. Trusting your intuition, loving yourself, taking time out to take care of yourself will only make you a better version of you. So I'm stumbling. Whatever I have put forward today, if it resonates with you, great. If it doesn't, just set it aside, pick the pieces that do, use them to build your own toolkit. Or if you would like, I would be happy to build an inner energy code for you. And you can visit the Win-Win store online, winwinwomen.com store, to find out more about the inner energy code. I look forward to chatting with you, answering your questions, and seeing you next week on Midlife Magic. Take care, crystal blessings, and remember to keep yourself grounded. Crystal love.